Okay, we have a 1,500-point battle report for you today. A dual Catan Necron army, wacky Necron army. That guy there. This guy has, Writhing Worldscape and Thunderbolt, Gaze of Death, Lord of Fire. 5 guys in an arc, Annihilation Barge, 9 warriors on foot, 6 Scarabs on foot, 2 heavy destroyers, 10 Immortals with a Phaeron Lord and a Veil of Darkness Cryptek, facing a Grey Knight army. 10 guys inside there, I think, right? 10 dudes strike squad with tons of psi cannons. Purgation squad somewhere in one of those vehicles, regular squad in one of those vehicles, 10 Terminators with Drago. Drago is going with a bunch of 10 cool dudes. I think this thing got scout. It received scout from Drago's ability, so it scouted up and popped smoke. And I'm going to go first, unless my opponent can steal initiative. Do you want to steal initiative?
Yep.
Okay, he's going to try to steal.
Nope.
No, gets a 2. Okay, so we are going first. So rounding up top of turn 1 for Necrons, what happened? These guys fired it over there, got a bunch of penetrations, but cover save held. Some shooting from this guy over here, managed to only get 1 shot that glanced and just made it so he couldn't shoot. A combination of other stuff. These guys in there couldn't get any glances. This guy fired a Thunderbolt into there, couldn't get through the cover save. He ran up and moved and ran up 6 inches. These guys just moved and ran up a little bit. And that is pretty much it. So we didn't really achieve anything other than making it so this guy cannot shoot this turn. That's it. So we're going to be in trouble. Okay, rounding up, bottom of turn 1 for the Grey Knights. Moved forward, fired 2 psi cannons in here, no wounds taken, but then the Terminators fired Cybolt ammunition and some psi cannons. After everything, I took 5 saves, I think, 5 wounds, but I took only 2. That's actually a 2. It's hard to see on the camera, that's a 2. So I'm down to 2 wounds over here. Some shooting into... No, I think that was it. Just all the shooting went into the Catan. So he took some wounds and he's hurting. And it's on to turn 2. Okay, rounding up, I think this is top of turn 2. What happened? Catan moved and ran behind this building, hiding himself there. This guy moved out over here, fired Thunderbolt. A bunch of stuff. These guys fired into it. He fired into it. Tons of stuff into here. Eventually Necroned it to death, so wrecked it from all that. These guys are pinned though now. I moved my Scarabs out, and I actually ran them before anything else in the shooting phase happened, which is a mistake, because now I have no targets to go after. This guy managed to laser beam that vehicle, and also, despite the cover, managed to Necron it to death, so they popped out. They're not pinned, though. So I just decided not to assault anywhere. I'm going to use them as just a shield. I'm going to say, hey, come get me over here. If you want to kill these, if you want to assault them, you got to shoot them. So maybe that'll take some shooting off my Catans. These guys here tried to help against that thing, but only a few guys could actually see it because there's just so many blocked doors and stuff in the way. These guys teleported over here, direct hit onto that objective area, and only 1 guy died from the test, and he reanimated though. And that was about it. Yeah, this thing helped firing on that thing. That's it. So we're on to bottom of turn 2. Bottom of turn 2, what happened? These guys moved out. Astral aim, so they were able to see through the wall that the Catan is hiding behind, and they fired at him, but only 1 wound caused, and I made my 4+. So that was lucky. These guys, Terminators popped out like a yo-yo, slaughtered the Scarabs, basically just like hammer-handed twice, so everyone was insta-killing, popped back with a 5-inch consolidation. These guys were pinned, so they didn't do anything. Warp Quake over there, preventing me from being too gutsy with any kind of deep striking shenanigans. And I think that was it. Oh no, some shooting at this guy with the psi cannons, but couldn't get the rolls necessary to glance or pen. And that was it. That was it. So Scarabs were just insta-killed. Drago took like a bunch down. Those guys took a bunch down. So be it. On to turn mid-top of turn 3. Mid-top of turn 3 wrap-up. He is getting in on that Purgation squad, so we're going to see an interesting combat with the Catan, Gaze of Death, and Lord of Fire over there. We're going to see what happens. So back in. Okay, so rounding up that combat, Catan managed to kill 3 guys. Took no wounds in return, even from the hammer. The hammer did cause 2 wounds, both hit and both wounded after Hammerhand, but luckily I made both my saves. I caused a explosion from Gaze of Death. 1 wound got to Drago, and he actually failed his save. But I didn't wound any of the other Purgation guys with the Gaze of Death, so they're still kicking ass over there. And we won by 3, but they stuck around. And it is on to bottom of turn 3. So bottom of turn 3, what happened? Catan just got killed. I managed to kill 3 Purgation guys. Oh, 2 of them, sorry, because I rolled a 1 on one of them. But yeah, they just managed to get the last wound on me, and I only exploded 1 inch. How many times did that happen to me that I explode 1 inch? But so be it. What I ended up doing, I think I killed 1 Purgation guy, and put 1 wound in the Terminator squad, which Drago, I think, saved. And that was it. So, yeah, I can't believe I didn't get a few more inches on that explosion. Would have really hit a lot of guys, but sucks to be me. What happened there? They consolidated, I think, a few inches back here, a few inches back there, so they kind of went away from the middle. And it is on to the top of turn 4. Okay, top of turn 4, with the death of the Nightbringer in there, we decided to just sit back and fire. So fired laser beams into here. I think took down one Terminator. Fired some shots into here. Drago saved the one wound that made through. Shooting from all these units here. I think we killed a grand total of like 1 or 2 Terminators. He moved back. I decided to chicken him back, and he fired the Thunderbolt at that vehicle there, but it made its cover save. So that was it. We're on to bottom of turn 4. Rounding up bottom of turn 4. What happened? Everything shot into this unit, and I failed every single. I think out of so 9 guys were in here. I probably took some like 16 wounds, but I failed 9 saves. So pretty rough. So they're just destroyed. No chance of coming back there. It might not have even been 16. Yeah, maybe it was 16. Actually, maybe it was pretty close to average in the end. What happened here? So everything just shot into there. Some shooting from this vehicle that didn't move. Warpquake set up over there, Warpquake set up over here. This vehicle fired into here. Managed to get 1 penetration, 2 glances, but didn't destroy me, but I'm immobilized. I've lost both my guns now. I had one can't shoot result, but that was shrugged off by living metal, so that was that. On to top of turn 5 now, I think, right? Because I went first. On to turn 5. So that one unit is gone, but at least these guys are owning it still, so that's helpful. Okay, rounding up top of turn 5, just fired everything in my army. That's heavy destroyers, 2 of them over there, this thing into here, guys inside here, all that. Thunderbolt even managed to cull them down to 2 Terminators and Drago with 1 wound left, and that was it. Just fired my entire army at this. So on to bottom of turn 5. Okay, so rounding up, what happened? Those bastards over there got like 7 hits on it here, managed to explode this, or actually wreck it. They popped out, weren't pinned, but then every single squad fired into it. No surprise, eventually they took it down. So I'm down to one troop in troops over here and some troops over here. So we're going to see if the game ends. You want to roll it up here? On a 1 or 2, the game will end. Pain continues. All right, off we go. Back okay, so the store is closing, so we actually have to finish here. So we're just calling it a tie. These guys managed to first gun down that unit last turn, then this unit this turn. That really swung it. Otherwise, it would have been an interesting game there. But no. So there's a battle line over here. And a battle line over here. Pretty interesting, eh? That's the way it ended. Very cool game. Thanks for the game. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's always a good game between us. Cool.